That. Now our next guest is an all-singing, all-dancing ice queen of the jungle. Actually, Robert, that definitely has melted our hearts on the ice.
There she is. So honey, you turned up that volume. When you're having fun, we have fun, the audience has fun. Are you serious? Why do you think the band broke up? Oh my gosh, so fun. Such an exciting way to open up the show. Just bring it out there more.
And here she is.
That was cool to watch, actually. It was. A lot of different hats there.
So you haven't watched much of the jungle, but you've started recently just to have a quick look through.
Yeah, I hadn't seen any of it, so recently I just kind of started skimming through and I'm pretty much through the whole entire season. I was like, it's really cool to watch.
Did it feel like you were watching somebody else out there?
It's a little surreal, yeah, but it makes me miss everybody. I mean, we really did bond under crazy circumstances, but it was an amazing experience.
So when you came out of that, was that when you were asked to go on to Dancing on Ice?
Yeah. No, I got a phone call in the jungle. They're like, hey, when you get out. No, when I got, I was over here doing promo. I met with you guys, and they were like, would you come in and meet and do a chemistry test with Robin and Karen? And so I did, and then they called me a couple days after. They're like, we'd really like you to be a part of this. And I was like, yes.
So there's kind of, what's great, you look at the panel now and you've got Karen and Robin who obviously have their skating expertise there. Yeah. And then there's you, and then there's obviously Mr. Mean and Nasty Jason Gardner on the end there. But it sort of balances out really well because you two both are looking at it from performance and dance. Yeah,
exactly. How they're committing to the choreography, the piece of music, their performance, their passion. So yeah, it does kind of, I guess, balance it out a little bit.
And do you sometimes think, I can't believe you've just said that when he says something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody does. You're kind of like, what?
He doesn't have a filter, does he?
No filter. Not one at all. But, you know, that's Jason, and that's his opinion, so...
Well, the other thing also is the way that you're seated and where you are on the panel, because you are in between Jason and Karen. And it's one of those things we've always said before, you know, people come in here, we say it ourselves, and when you say, oh, everyone really gets on, it's really great, and generally it's true. Yeah. There are times you can't say that of those two because they just don't like each other.
They definitely have different opinions.
Yeah. Or
different ways of communicating their opinion. Yeah, sometimes I feel like a little bit of the buffer.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, there's a lot of tension on either side, but...
Have you occasionally thought that this is gonna spill over?
I don't know. You know, Karen did kind of throw out a little hand gesture the other night, and I was like, uh-oh, serious stuff is happening. Here we go.
Yeah. And so who? I mean, we're still quite early on in the competition, but front runners at the moment, who are you looking at?
Well, there's some solid people. I mean, Samia really stepped up on Sunday and gave us some solid fierceness. I was really excited about that. Gareth is really strong in the ice. Beth is really strong. As far as performance, though, I would like to see them even crack open a little bit more. But it's still early on, and that's the thing. You know, Samia came kind of out of the blue and really surprised us on Sunday. So you just don't know, too, who's going to really...
You want to see them crack open a little more?
Crack open.
Was Mark on the ice with Una not enough of a crack open for you to see?
Not physically, I mean performance-wise. But yeah,
that's quite dramatic, wasn't it?
That was a little dramatic.
What did you think of that when you saw that? My God, what have I signed myself up for?
I was really scared, and I know Robin was like, well, if it's a clean one, they'll just pop it back in, it'll be fine. And I was like, what? A clean one? I didn't know you could cleanly pop your shoulder out.
Pop it out and pop it back in again.
They are remarkable.
They are
professionals, though, aren't they? When they sort of put their mind to it and the show must go on.
Yeah, athletes.
Have you've judged dancing competitions before, though, haven't you?
Yeah. Growing up, I did, and I choreographed for dance competitions as well. So, yeah, I've been in the performance world since I was 3. So. Got a few years in the bag.
And what are you making of it here? Because we own you now. Great Britain now owns you. We've taken you into our hearts. And are you like it? I mean, we can't give you LA weather, I'm afraid.
There's not the LA weather, but everything else is so amazing. I mean, there's such an energy here that I don't find in LA, where I just walk outside and everybody's outside living life, and I really enjoy that. I do miss the sunshine, but it creeped out the last couple of days, and I was like, whoa, I got really excited.
Well, are you managing to sneak back in the weeks?
I was kind of going back and forth, but I think I'm going to kind of...
One of my favourite stories the other week was when the snow got really bad. You went back to LA.
Yeah.
I think Jason had gone to Madrid.
Yeah.
You managed to get back from LA and arrived early.
Early.
It took him 14 hours.
I know.
To get from
14
Madrid.
hours from Madrid.
He was
Imagine being the person sat next to him.
He
on
was
that
so
plane.
furious. And I was like, I landed like 40 minutes early. I got in just fine. He was like, oh my God.
Yeah, he was furious. So what about music then? So we've seen you runner-up in the jungle and doing a fantastic job on Dancing on Ice. I love the judging panel this year. I think it's really good.
Thank you.
But what about your music?
Yeah, I'm in the studio right now and I'm super excited. So hopefully when Dancing on Ice comes to a close, the music stuff's going to be launching as well.
So you've got a lot of balls in the air, basically.
I do. I like a lot of balls in the air, I guess. If that's what we're referring to.
Well, you said then when we should have been to you, you're a lady with lots of hats,
Yeah.
lots of different,
Yeah.
lots of different talents.
Different talent.
Now we know that just in our last 45 seconds, just to dig you out of that hole. In the last 45 seconds, Dec never got back to you after the jungle, so that never came to anything.
I haven't talked to Dec since the jungle. Now watching the season, though, I guess I do realize where people were coming from, because I got out and I was like, what is everybody talking about? But they did do some funny, cheeky stuff. I think they were just having fun.
Any skaters take your eye?
No, I've been professional.
You can't
say that.
You can.
No,
You know what the
come
ice is
on.
like. A bit of sequin, a bit of spray tan, and they all go mad.
Oh, yeah, that's what I love, honey. Sequins and spray tan. Sign me up.
That's right. Listen, we'll see you on Sunday.
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you very much.
Lovely to see you. Dancing on Ice, Sunday, 6:15 on ITV1.